Hello and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and before we get into today's video where I'm showing you how to stabilize specifically a crotch curve for linen trousers, but it works on anything, I have a quick little announcement. So Love Notions has another bundle of patterns that are on sale starting today, which is the 14th of August, 2026, and goes through the 27th of August, 2026. So 2 weeks to grab these patterns. And there are 5 patterns, and they are $5 each for the regular digital version. If they have a printed copy, they are that is $18, on sale for $18. And if it has a course associated with it, I think the Aria is the only one with a course associated with it, but that is $15 for the next 2 weeks. And when you use my code, So Whitney, you can get an additional 10% off your order as long as it's over $8. So a really, really great deal. All right, so we're gonna go through these patterns, and I am gonna be actually doing a lot of content related to these because one of them is the Bridget trousers. So the Bridget trousers, this is the first time that they have been on sale, and this is the pattern that I designed for Love Notions last fall, it went up. So first time that it's been on sale, which is very, very exciting, and I've got some content relating to that going up next week, so stay tuned. I'm gonna show you some more hacks, but I have a couple of hacks already on the channel, and we even have on Love Notions channel a couple of, I think 3 different tutorials that I have done on how to do the zip fly, how to do the faux welt pocket, and how to do a regular welt pocket. So lots of hand holding associated with that pattern. I have made it, well, I've made it a ton of times because I had to do a lot for the testing, but I have 3 pairs that are in my wardrobe right now, 2 that are as drafted, and then 1 where I widened the leg and made them wide leg. Wear them all the time. It's like wearing secret pajamas. They're fabulous. The other bottom pattern is the Largo Cargos, which is another favorite of mine. I love that pattern. That is also one. I've made this twice, once in a velvet, or like a velveteen, a cotton velveteen, and then once in a cotton twill. And actually, I can't wear either of those right now. They're way too big. So I may have another pair of those on the horizon for the upcoming fall. And the whole theme of this bundle is kind of a back to school, back to work type thing. The tops are the Aria button-up shirt, which is a lovely pattern. I've made that, oh gosh, a number of times for my sister as well as for myself. And it's a really, really good one. That one does have a course associated with it that would also be on sale. And then the Frankie Polo, another great one. That one has a couple of different sleeve options. It can be a dress, it can be a shirt, a lovely little polo shirt. Again, I've got content coming next week, so if you want to grab them now, they'll still be on sale next week too, but yeah, that's coming. And then the 5th one is the Driftwood and Dockside patterns. This is a men's and kids pattern polo shirt. Those are also on sale for the next 2 weeks. So those 5 patterns are the newest bundle from Love Notion. And again, use my code So Whitney for that additional 10% off orders over $8. All right, let's get to the meat of the video. Welcome back to Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and today we have a tutorial for how to stabilize the crotch seam of your, specifically any pant, but anything that you're noticing is growing. So linen, rayon, if you've got a pair of pants that, or if you've made a pair in the past and you know that as you wear them throughout the day, they start to grow throughout the crotch, and then all of a sudden you've got like droopy crotch, diaper butt, not attractive. How do you prevent that? So I'm gonna show you how to do that. I am making a pair of linen shorts here. This is the Closet Core Adriana shorts. And I just made them up for my little summer capsule, but I'm showing you how I stabilize the crotch seam in the middle, and also talking you through if you have a pair of pants that are already made, so you've already made them or you purchased them, how to add that in after the fact, and to give everyone nice stable crotches. So let's go take a look. All right, so I'm gonna show you how I stabilize the crotch curve of my linen pants and shorts in order to keep it from bagging out throughout the course of the day. This really makes a huge difference. At the end of this, I'm also gonna show you how to add it after the fact. I have a pair of pants where I added it after the pants had been made. So if you have a pair of ready-to-wear pants that you would like to do this to, you can totally do that. For this pair, the instructions have you construct the back and the front. So my crotch curve of my front has been done and the crotch curve of my back has been done. Some patterns will have you do, the left leg first and then the right leg, and then you sew the crotch curve in one strip. So I mean, it's basically the same thing, but I will show you the other pair that I have to show you at the end. The legs were constructed that way. Okay, So what we need is you need to get your shorts, pants to a stage where your crotch curve has been sewn. So whether that is you've done a left leg and a right leg and then sewn the crotch curve so it's all the way around, or if you've sewn the crotch curve of the front and the crotch curve of the back. Again, patterns will have you do it different ways. You are also going to need 1/4 inch wide cotton twill tape, which I have got right here. So basically, I've sewn that crotch curve. What we're going to be doing, if we look at our twill tape, you will see that one edge has kind of like a little scalloped edge and the other edge is straight. We're going to be, and I'll do this together, going over to the sewing machine, and I will be lining up the straight edge of that twill tape to my stitching line, and I will just be stitching right in the middle of that twill tape all the way down through the crotch curve. So I'll be taking it all the way to the end. Now, this pattern, once it gets sewn, this is the waistband, it's a grown-on waistband, and so that's going to get folded over and elastic is going to get inserted into that. So I don't want to go all the way to the top. I'm actually going to start right below my notch here, which is where that fold line, that'll be the top of my waist. That will be the fold line when that gets folded over. So I'm going to be starting, you know, down from that a little bit. But if you have a pattern, which most are, where you're going to be attaching a waistband later, then I would start up there at the very top. Okay. If you've got a pattern with a fly, just start at the base of the fly and go to the bottom. So, you know, you'd be starting on the front part, you know, base of the fly, like right here, and going to the bottom, obviously leaving the fly part alone. And then you would be doing this to the back. So let's go over to the sewing machine and sew this. All right, so like I mentioned, I'm going to be starting, there's my notch, that's where that fold line is going to be for that fold over waistband. So I'm going to start, and again, I've got like, I don't know, 1 3/4 inches, I think, of this that's going to be part of that waistband when that gets folded over. I want to be up in that a little bit, just I don't need to be up in there too terribly much. And again, like I said, I've got the kind of, there we go, picot edge here on the right, and then that straight edge, and that's what I want to line up with the sewing line that I just did. And I'm just going to be sewing with a straight stitch right in the middle of that twill tape. I've not even cut a piece of twill tape. I'm just laying it down. And then when I get to the bottom here, I'm going to trim it just like so. So now that is sewn into the front, and we're going to do the same thing to the back. And again, I'm starting just within that waistband area. Okay, now you can go and finish off your seam allowances however you're doing that, and I'll meet you back at the pressing station. All right, so I finished mine off with a serger. That was my preference, and you can see it's kind of finished off and caught there in the serger. If it's not that big of a deal. But I've done that on the front and the back, and now I just continue on with the instructions as always. And this twill tape is going to keep that from growing throughout the day. So it's going to keep you from getting that baggy butt. It's going to keep that nice and firm and the length that it should be. If you wanted to measure your twill tape to your pattern and then put that onto the shorts, if you're worried that maybe they stretched out a little bit while you are we're sewing, you can totally do it that way too. I find that this works just fine though. So totally up to you and what you would like to do there. If you are dealing with a pair of pants that are already constructed, so either you purchased them at the store or they're pants you've made yourself, this is what we're gonna do. So let me put my legs, let's see, inside of one another. So this pair of pants was constructed where we did a right leg and then a left leg, and then they were sewn together. And I did this after the fact. So this pair of pants has a faux fly here, but it would be the same if you had a regular fly. And what I've done here, I noticed that these were bagging out. So first what you want to do is you want to wash and dry your pants to get that crotch curve as back into its regular shape as much as possible, which is what I've done. And then I've just laid my twill tape, just like I did with the other one, lining up that straight edge with the sewing line. And I just folded over a little bit the end, the cut in there, so it wouldn't fray. And I started at the bottom of my twill tape, and or bottom of my fly, my faux fly, and I've just sewn it. And I've continued through that inseam seam because these pants were left leg, right leg, and then sewn it all the way up. And when I got up here to my waistband, I just folded over the raw edge again and back stitched it in place. And as you can tell, these pants have been washed numerous times. But now that twill tape in there is going to keep that crotch curve from stretching out, which is just very easy to do. So that is how I stabilize my crotch curves, either in pants I bought or pants that I've made. Obviously, it's easier if you do it while you're making them, but you can totally go back and do to pants that are, without unpicking anything, pants that are already constructed. As always, if you have any questions, please leave those down below and I'll answer those as soon as possible. So there you have it. That is how you stabilize with cotton twill tape the crotch seam of shorts if you are making it, front and back first, or if you're making it left and right and then doing the crotch in one fell swoop, or if you are adding your twill tape in after the fact. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'm happy to answer those. All right, until next time, happy sewing.